It's Doris with Aldi Books, and I am ready to talk about my goals for 2019. I love this time of year. So, this isn't my official goals video, but this is in preparation for that. So, one of my goals in 2019 will be, I don't know what to call it. Tell me what I should call it, but Books and Lala a couple years ago did a closet unhaul where she went through all the books over the course of a year that she had bought 2 years prior, and she had great rules, and it was so tense and exciting. And you know, her editing skills are amazing, the best on BookTube in my opinion. I love those videos. They were my favorite to watch every month, and I'm not going to do that because I'm just way the heck too lazy. You know me. But I do want to revisit my my books that I hauled 2 years ago. Krista from Books and Jam is currently in the middle of doing this as well, and she is doing the same thing with watching her haul videos from 2 years prior and doing little tallies and things. Excuse me, itch. I'm enjoying those as well, so I'm gonna do that, but I'm not gonna insert the video of me hauling the books because we don't even need to see that. But I do want to revisit the books because 2 years ago when I started BookTube, I had 6 half-finished books on my TBR. I didn't even use that word then. I knew what it meant, but I didn't use it. But I had 6 in my possession of unread, half-read books. And one of my goals 2 years ago when I made my first set of goals, I so innocently said that I wanted to have a TBR. I wanted to have a bookshelf with unread books on it. Yeah. So 2 years later, well, actually just 1 year later, I went from 6 half-read books to apparently 232 unread books in the course of a year. And it was so much fun. I'm not dogging myself at all. I had a blast. And I'm not that uncomfortable with that number. Now, this past year, if you've been watching my TBR talks every month, my goal this year was to stay at that number. And I'm pretty close to it. The jury is still out. But I'm close enough that I'm happy with myself. So I've learned to control myself. So this past year, the books that I've bought have been really on par with what I know I want to read. You know, even more than that, over the course of these 2 years, I've really come to know my reading tastes better as well, or my current reading taste, because I think that changes over time, you know, also. So what I'm saying is, I brought in a large volume of books really quickly in 1 year, and just gimme mindset, you know, not in a negative way. It was truly, I had great fun, but I didn't really know what I wanted. I was just grabbing books in super exciting places because they were available. For example, I discovered McKay's Used Bookstore, which is an amazing used bookstore here in Nashville. I discovered Half Price Book Outlet, which is another awesome used bookstore in Bowling Green, Kentucky, which is a little over an hour from me, that does this awesome fill a bag sale, so you can like cram in as many books as you can all the way up to the top of the handle, man. That was just too much excitement the first time and the second time. By the third time, I was a little more under control with that even. I discovered Goodwill, which is our local charity shops here in the States, and got a lot of books that way. I discovered Friends of the Library book sales and went to bunches of those that first year. I even did, you know, at Books A Million, which is our local big box bookstore, the buy two get one free tables. Is that it? That's about it. Oh no, it's not it. Bookoutlet.com. Yeah, I discovered them, and that got me in trouble on numerous occasions that first year. So I've got all these books coming in, and a lot of them are just excitement, you know, building my TBR, because like I said, I didn't have really any, and so much fun. However, I'm looking back on those books from the first year, and am I as excited about all of them as I am the books that I got in the second year? The books that I got this past year, I feel like are a well-selected group of books. That first year, I need to reassess those. So let me just quit rambling and tell you what we've got. So this is from my very first month on BookTube, which would have been, you know, this time of year. And I had three hauls in that time period. Now, this first one was called a fall book haul. Yeah. And these are just the books that I acquired prior to joining BookTube. So I found BookTube maybe in July of that year, and then made my first video right before Christmas. So these are books that I got when I was watching but not making my own videos. And there were 10 of those over the course of, you know, 5 or 6 months. And I read all 10. Wow, that's good, right? Okay, and then I had a book haul called Merry Christmas to Me. Yeah, because I joined BookTube at Christmas. I know. But a lot of us buy ourselves books for Christmas or any other time of the year. We don't need excuses. So I got 7 books that I bought. These were Books A Million. Wow, I really went all out. I went to Books A Million and bought 7 books. Oh. But 3 of those were the buy 2 get 1 free table. Yeah, and ironically, let's just get to that. Out of those 7, I have read 4. So there are 3 left from that first real bookstore purchase. And this one, Kristen Hanna's The Nightingale, I don't even know why I haven't read this yet. I have no clue. This is exactly what I love. Historical fiction, World War II. Yeah, World War II. Great reviews. It's a normal sized book. I don't know. I don't know why I haven't read this yet. It needs to be read. It really needs to be read. Then off the buy 2 get 1 free table, I snagged the Luminaries, and this is one that is also my style of book. Still, definitely, I would love to read this. However, this one makes more sense because it is massive. It's over 800 pages. So you're going to see a theme with the rest of these books. And then the other one of the buy 2 get 1 free is Neil Gaiman's American Gods. And this one is also fairly large. I think it's over 500 pages, or just right at, a little over, which isn't too bad. I think I've heard people mention that, some people mention that it's a little slow or boring. Maybe that has intimidated me. My nephew loves this book. He thinks it's fabulous, and he's a big fantasy reader, which I also like. So I don't really have a problem with this book. I just haven't gotten to it. I don't know. Okay, and then I went to the used bookstore, McKay's used bookstore, and bought 8 more books there. And I read 6 of those. So the only 2 that I haven't gotten to yet are The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. And this is another somewhat fantasy, but kind of, I think, with a historical bent as well. And this one has been like, I've said I'm going to read it several times and just not gotten to it. These other ones, I haven't done that as much, but this one, I don't know why I keep saying I'm going to read that and not. And then I grabbed Island Beneath the Sea by Isabel Allende. And this one, I don't know why I haven't read this one. This one's pushing 500 as well, but this one's closer to 400, just a little over. So yeah, and historical fiction, and I've read Isabel Allende before and liked her work. So yeah, I don't know why these 5 books, like these 2 I know they're big, and this one is also big, and I think I just, other things kept coming up and pushing this aside. But for this month, I'm going to make these a priority. Not in January. I don't want to make myself read all 5 of these in January, but definitely I think in this first quarter. So I would like to have these 5 done by March, because these are all books that I'm really interested in reading. I know they're good, really good books. So yeah, my goal is to read these 5 by the end of March. That gives me 3 months, because some of them are hefty. And with this goal, some months are going to be super bad. Oh, I forgot to mention, there were also 4 ARCs that a friend of mine sent. She's not on BookTube, just a scrapbooking friend that I knew at the time. I still know her. But those were YA ARCs, and I read 2 of those and gave 2 to my little neighbor at the time. So yeah, but you know, I didn't, you know, bring those in myself. Those were sent to me. But anyway, every month will be different. This month I definitely want to read all 5. I want to read them by the end of March. And if any of you are interested in buddy reading any of these, leave a comment below and I'll see if I can work that out. And yeah, in upcoming months, if it's really bad, which I know I haven't looked ahead, I think it'll be more fun for me if I just the month before. But I'm thinking some months I'll do maybe try a chapter tag with them, or whatever. I mean, I'm sure I'll come up with other ideas, but yeah. Anyway, that is what I have for my first goal of 2019, is to go through my hauls from 2 years ago, month by month, and assess the situation and see, you know, I just want to go through those and see if I need to call any and try to reprioritize them, or, you know, keep them around for 2 more years. That's fine too, but I just want to think about them month by month for this coming year and see how we go. And leave a comment below if you're interested in any buddy reads with these. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye.